You just can't please everybody all the time, but the shootout on Saturday night certainly brought something new to the table. It could be a new reality show at 200 miles per hour, NASCAR's version of Survivor. I'm Michelle Rahal with Motorsports Unplugged and Motorsportsunplugged.com. After the shootout on Saturday, NASCAR put a few more restrictions on the teams, with the standout being restricting the cooling of the engines. Why would they do that? To keep the two-car drafts from going more than 2 laps before they overheat. Well, that's fine, and I agree with it. It's not safe to have these cars with no way to keep them from going airborne in a crash. Now think about what happened and what could happen. They now know that they can do it whether or not it's for 2 laps or for 10. But the intrigue is still going to be there. The radios were burning up with drivers trying to create alliances that might not last more than a few laps, groups that weren't teammates plotted and planned like the Roman Senate to throw somebody off the island to get ahead. Crew chiefs with their eyeballs popping out from trying to calculate a possible scenario that changed far too fast for them to keep up with. I've never seen that kind of speedway racing in my whole 55 years, but I liked it. You couldn't know for sure who was coming from where and what might happen. That's because everything did happen. The drivers are always on edge in a plate race, but this one had the stress-o-meter pegged. Nobody really knew how to handle it, and even the best crashed and had no explanation for how or why it happened. Will this type of racing carry over to the 500? Well, it's doubtful to the degree that we saw on Saturday. The temperatures are going to be too high, the track too slick, and the idea of having to keep an engine together for 500 miles will be too much to chance. But one thing's for sure, Nostradamus couldn't pick the winner for this coming weekend. I'm Michelle Rahal with Motorsports Unplugged and Motorsportsunplugged.com.